How's it going, everyone? Sorry for not posting in such a long time. As you can see, I'm a little sick. I feel like shit, honestly. It's been such a rough time just because lately I haven't been able to post anything about my car because the month of October, actually on my birthday, my car actually stopped working. I don't know why. And well, now maybe we do know why, but back then I had no clue. We literally took everything apart, took the turbo apart. I don't know, we just tried everything. Basically, I was just driving one day down the street, and all of a sudden it just cut power, just boost. I was running about maybe about max 20 psi's, and as I said, I was running on the street. I wasn't even revving it that day. I wasn't even going crazy. It was my birthday, so I was chilling. Halfway, it was a pretty long stretch, so I was about to floor it a little bit, but I was shifting into third gear, and all of a sudden it just cut power. I heard like a big blow off, and I thought it was a blow off valve, but it sounded a little bit closer to where the turbo is. And I looked up signs, I looked up everything. It went straight to like 2 psi's, and it wouldn't. Well, actually, it went from 7 psi's. Then went to 1 psi's, and it just wouldn't rev higher than that. So I kept trying to look, and we looked up every single thing. Maybe it's a sensor on the intake, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and we just couldn't find it. So I ended up taking it to a Mazda dealership to see if they could figure what it was, and surprisingly enough, they were able to tell me to start off with the turbo, because that's the only thing they can think of. So I was like, let me just take it to an actual tune shop. So where I got it dynoed, I took it there, and they actually, surprisingly enough, they couldn't find out what was wrong with it either. So they were like, let's just start off with the turbo as well. They tried doing pressure on the engine. Maybe my engine was failing. It's perfect. And they were just like, they even did a pressure test on the turbo itself, but they didn't see anything as well. So they actually ended up calling the manufacturer, which is Garrett Turbos, and send it to them, and I just been waiting to hear back from them since then. We're in January. Happy New Year, by the way. It's January 1st actually. So it's been like 3 months without my car. That's why I haven't really posted anything, and also I've been working and I travel a lot, so it's really hard for me to even do these videos. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, and I'll try to upload as much, because like I said, I want to be super diverse in my videos, and not only just post things about my car, but other things that I can, that I'll find out in the streets. And actually right now today I have a KX500 Kawasaki engine. It's a pretty rare find, just because of how much we bought it for, because just the engine alone costs us about I think $2,500. So we were able to actually buy the whole entire bike for about I think it was $1,600. What year is it? 93. It's a 93. So yeah, basically we can flip it and sell it for a little bit more than what we bought it for, obviously. And that's what we're going to try to do. Well, that's what my dad loves to do. He likes to buy things, fix it and go ahead and sell it along. But I just wanted to, bring you guys into this to this little universe and see what we're dealing with right now. So this is it. This is the KX500. I had a bunch of stickers which we already removed off of it, just because they were pretty old stickers. They didn't really have anything original. And what we want to do is keep it as original as we can, obviously, to so that it looks good. But it will need a couple things, like a handlebar, grips, new grips. Just clean it up, and we'll probably order the new stickers, or not new, well, the original stickers, but just obviously new. But the bike was intact. When we first saw it we actually found it on Let Go, I believe. And when we saw the price, we actually thought it was like a scam or something. And we're like, there's no way, it could be that cheap, and blah, blah, blah. And when we ended up going, there was actually a pawn shop. And basically, they were just trying to get their money back. So, it was for the holidays. I think we bought it around December? Yeah, around December. And me and my dad just literally drove the next day, really early in the morning. And we were like, let's hop on this before someone else gets it. And we can't even get it anymore. But now this is a pretty unique engine. And what is it?
You gotta change it.
Oh, okay. So this is just things we have to change right here, because you know they're pretty rusted down and just corroded. And obviously you don't want to. Yeah, it's everything's rigged, so you don't want to sell this to someone being half-assed. You know, you want to have a pretty decent clean engine, and so we're just gonna wipe it down. I was actually gonna take off the seat to see how the intake looks. I think we need to change the shocks, right? The front shocks? Or
Yeah, I got it.
yeah, I think it's leaking.
You're leaking. I gotta change the seals.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and skip to that part and just see what the intake looks like. Actually, it doesn't look too bad, but obviously we can't put a new one on there, just to be safe. But I mean, the main things you really want to look for to changing these, so the shocks, intake, compression, making sure it's not leaking, because these are air cooled. They're not. No, I mean, like, well, it's water cooled, but like there's no fans, there's none of that fancy stuff. This, you know, it's such an old bike that some of these new bikes actually come with like fans on the radiators, and this one doesn't have none of that. So you want to make sure the radiators aren't leaking. It has water in it or coolant. Make sure the carburetor is, you know, cleaned up. What usually goes bad on these?
Pistons. They start. They fail because of they don't properly mix the fuel and the oil and carburetors. I mean, they never clean the air filters. Air filters go pretty bad on them, so dirt scars the sleeves and the inside, which makes it lose compression. Suspension, like you mentioned earlier, pipes, they have leaks. This was leaking on the exhaust pipe. Yeah. So, you know, pretty much it's the same bike from all the way from 88 all the way to, I think the last year we made them was 2000, I want to say 3 or 6. And basically the same bike. I think they changed just the front suspension and the rear shock on them. You know, just made them a little more friendlier to adjust and stuff like that. But it's the same bike. You know, a lot of people are using these engines to swap them and put them on the new frames. So those alone's worth about $2,500.
They stopped making them in what, 2000?
I think 2006 KX stopped making them, or 2003. I'm not sure.
But they stayed in this model.
Yeah, same style.
They stayed in the same style, so
same style. Nothing really changed on them. I mean, you can beef this frame itself. You can actually beef it. Put better suspension. Put more modern suspension on it, and you know, you can go crazy with the carburetor. You can make it a little. You can bore it out a little bigger. Throw some FMF pipe, pro circuit pipe, whichever reference, what you're looking for. But you want more bottom end, top end, and yeah. But it's a screamer. Seen them dynoed at 60. I think it was 66 horses.
stock.
No, that's stock. They're 55. They're 55 stock, but 66 around there, 65, 66. Which the 450s are not too far nowadays. You get about 63 to 64 on them.
It's two-stroke, right?
That's four. This one's a two-stroke. The other ones are 4 strokes. But still, it's a bad bike. You know, that engine's really nice. It's got a lot of low end, top end. So, yep, we'll just try to get it as cleaned and make it ride good like it's supposed to.
We had actually KX before, a 500, but we had it on a newer frame. It was like a 250 frame.
It was actually I think it was like scaled like a 250,
yeah.
But it was custom made.
Yeah, it was custom made, and we just happened to
some crazy dive.
run along and get it as well. Whoever did the weld on it, and you know, the welding job and stuff like that, it was really clean. But we actually sold it on eBay a couple of years back to this guy in Texas was it?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. for about $5,000, and he's had it ever since.
We actually
but he's
called him back.
Yeah, he actually contacted us saying that he wants to give it back to us because it's just sitting there. His grandpa or his dad? Is his dad?
No,
It's his. Oh, he doesn't ride it anymore, so he just feels bad that it's sitting there. And like I said, it was an amazing bike. Same thing, just with a sicker looking frame. A lot taller than this one though. It was an insane bike. And we even had we know a professional dirt bike rider, and he was even actually scared of it. And he rides about 450s, right? Yeah, I think the biggest dirt bike I don't even think, but he doesn't ride them on the track, right?
Which ones?
450s?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, what's his name?
Andrew Stroop.
Andrew Stroop was his name. Is who we're friends with. Well, my dad's friends with his dad. But we haven't seen him in a minute. I think he stopped racing, but I'm not really sure. Don't quote me on that. But he got injured. But he was a pretty good racer. But now we can't really do that to this one, the whole frame and whatnot. I wish, if I do find a photo, I think I have one. I just have to really, really dig through my iCloud and stuff like that. Because if I have a photo, I'll go ahead and put it on the screen for you guys to look at it, because it was really sick. It was an insane bike. I mean, I rode it like once, but I didn't go crazy on it, just because you could literally wheelie on any gear you wanted. Like it was so sensitive. It was crazy. It was scary though. I don't really ride bikes that often. I used to when I was a kid, but it's been a minute since I rode them like that. I used to ride a lot of 80s just because they're smaller and they're easy to handle. Bigger bikes like this, I'm not really accustomed to them, but my dad will, he'll ride the hell out of them. He hasn't rode them in a minute either, but like I said, we've been just fixing them and trying to sell them ahead. And so hopefully you guys will see this is how it looks now, basically just all beat up and trashed out. But hopefully you can get this one running, and I actually forgot that one was running too, but we can have it running and it'll look clean, Once we're done with it though, we'll be able to let you guys know how much we sell it for and
how much we put in it.
How much we put in it. Like I said, we only at what, 16 right now?
We're at 16.
So we're at 1600 right now.
I'm looking
as far
at
as
probably another.
How much we put in?
Actually, you bought a couple parts. A little over 16, but not too much. It's not bad.
I didn't spend that much.
KX. So I'm thinking we probably have at the end of the day with the suspension, and I'll do all the work. So it's not like I gotta pay somebody to do it. So I gotta buy a new tire in the back, get the seals in the front first.
This one's pretty done.
Probably $500 more. We'll be 21 in it, maybe, hopefully. That's what I'm looking at, maybe 21, 22. And if we can ask, 35, 36, I think that's what they're almost going for. But I'll have definitely new plastics.
Yeah, this thing's falling apart.
I don't like half, doing things halfway. So I'll have new plastics, and I'll try to get it as near as the original as possible. That's my goal. That's the original as possible. If I can upgrade the
pipe.
The pipes, the FMF pipe, I would probably go that route.
It's a Pro Circuit one.
Just because it gives it a little. It's original, but it's a 93 and it's I'm not really. I had a little crack right here in the casing, but it's not leaking. I'm not gonna worry about it. I can re-weld the inside of it when I take it off. Take that putty off. It's not a big deal. So hopefully you guys see the finished product, and hopefully one of you guys want to buy it.
Hopefully, because I'll post this pretty soon. So once we have it running, it'll be straight. I'll post probably go like a month.
February.
Yeah.
We'll have
it'll be a month before we have everything like ready to go and all tidied up. But it's gonna be a sick bike. I mean, it is a sick bike. It just needs to be, just TLC is all it needed. But I just wanted to show you guys, just because obviously, I didn't post in a while, and I felt bad, and I know I have you know, I have also, you know, crazy subscribers, but I appreciate you guys for sticking around and subscribing to my channel. Do hit like I said, I'll be posting when it comes to my car. I promise you guys I'll record as soon as I hear back, because all we're waiting is for them to call us back, let us know that they fixed it. If they didn't fix it, it's fine, because we actually think we know what's wrong with it. Like I said, I know we tried everything, but we went to the dealership that I actually bought it from, and I should have gone there first place, because they're actually family friends and they're really nice. And they actually, we told them what was wrong, and they figured it out so quick, and we were like, damn, we should have just brought it here. And they would have, you know, it was literally like a $40 piece. It's called the map sensor, and just has to do a lot with the intake, so the intake pressure. So if that's the case, then we're good to go. But like I said, I'm waiting to call back. Once they call me back, I can get it and whatnot. If they find out what's wrong with it, then hey, that's good. If they don't, then like I said, I know what's wrong with it, and I'll just take it back, and then I can start posting more videos, because I have a pair of wheels that I actually want to put on it. Nothing too fancy, nothing like racing, you know, I don't have really money for that, but you know, eventually I'll get there. But just something to make it look cleaner. And I bought a wrap as well. I don't know if I'll do it myself. I know somebody who might do it for me, but like I said, I bought the wrap myself from this website. It's like 3M. It's pretty good wrap, but it's gonna be a really unique color, and I really want to put it on there just because I'm not gonna be really driving this car. I don't daily, I mean, I daily it now, but I'm trying not to. Hopefully I can buy me a daily so I don't have to daily this one, and just make it more of a show car and just really, you know, stand out. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.